just met you, but you look. Oh girl, you blow my mind. I know what I would like to do, but you just keep on talking. I see your dog needs walking. Your folk drive you insane. I know, yeah, that's true. Of course, you ain't the one to blame. Keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking to me, but I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. Sure, I like to listen. It's not like I don't wanna know. It's just that you've been talking to me 3 nights in a row. I think it's time to let go. Forget the past, just lose control. Cause life's too short for yapping. Come on and dance, come you me so. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking. You keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking, but I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move.
I am the king, 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 king. I am the king, 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 king. I am the king, 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 king. I am the king, 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 king. I am the king, 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 king. Come on now, beat. I am the king, 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 king. Come on now, beat. I am the king, 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 king. Come on now, beat. I am the king, 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 king. Come on now, beat. I am the king and will not be. I am the king and will not be. And will not be the king and will not. I am the king and will not. And will not be the king and will not. Switch. am the king, and will not be the king, and will not switch.
What's going on? What's going on? What is going on, y'all? We are back in the house, and the house is packed. Still trying to work on this angle, man. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this setup. I think it's a little too far back. But how we doing tonight, everybody? Godfather's on the road here in LA. Live from LA. I love LA. I need to give me a mouse pad. But until then, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Last night, we had a lot of issues with the network. I'm sorry about that. And I'm going to reposition this. I'm not liking this. So we're going to do round two on this until we get we're going to get this camera fixed. We'll fix the chair situation later. But anywho, how's everybody doing tonight? Hope we had a good lead in. Yeah, buddy. They're like, what's going on? Feel like I'm sitting at the kitty table. This desk is high and this chair is low. But that's all right. Shout out to all my
I'm
PhDs
a PhD.
with your PhD ass. How are you out there walking your dogs? God Almighty, Almighty, Almighty. LA is the capital of the PhDs. Woo wee! You want to see a bunch of dog walking, flip flop wearing, in shape women? Yeah, this is when. Oh, if I'm burning incense, you better believe it. You better believe it. You best believe it. Let's see. Do I like the lighting? We're gonna get it figured out. Nope. Too much. Too much and not enough. So, how we do? Last night's show was off the chain until we ran into a few technical difficulties with the internet speeds here and a bunch of other stuff. Hey man, but like I said, we build it as we fly it. So here's how we're going to do this tonight in the chat room. Your age, city, your gender. That's what I need to know. Who's in here? Who is in here and why are you here? Because what I realized at this show is everybody's here for a little something different. And I've been running into all kind of folks here of late. And I will tell you, I am really surprised at how many people really watch the program. You know, I guess in that sea of thousands of people, it's easy to kind of just forget that that's a person down there that's been rocking and watching for a minute. So shout out to everybody that I met today here in LA. Cannot wait to get out and about tomorrow. I'm going to stop announcing where I'm going because one thing I realized is people will pop up on you, which is cool. It's cool, but sometimes, if I don't happen to stop and have a 30-minute conversation with you, please don't get offended. I got stuff to do too. But for the most part, everybody's pretty cool. So we got Trey, 41-year-old male from Atlanta. Oh, let's get in this. All right, so last night we were talking. And we were talking about this whole notion of overweight equals alone. And it really does. Overweight means a lot of you ladies are going to be by yourself, by your damn self. And I don't know if that's what your plan was, but let me tell you, that's going to be one of the outcomes. Being by yourself. And you got a choice. You don't have to sit here and decide to live by yourself for the rest of your life. But as we talk about this whole modern mating and dating things, we got to break it down into several different criteria. First off, for my PhDs and my people in the danger zone.
Danger zone!
Danger zone is women ages 27 through 35. The age where you really need to get your head screwed on tight and decide what you're going to do for the rest of your life. Oh, pregnant to the night? Celion from Gerja, from the Oud All-Stars. Oh, my boy over at Beverly Hills Perfumery, Allen, hooked your brother up. More on this later. Oh my God. Make me want to step back and kiss myself. It smells so goddamn good. Oh my God. I am loving it, loving it, loving it. So, to all my PhDs, what's a PhD? That's a lady who's got your masters, your bachelors, your masters. You out doing your thing, and for some reason you've decided to use your degree as a way to keep yourself single and unattached and unavailable. And that's what I've been focusing more on here lately. Fully 80+% of people want to be with somebody. And I just act on that. Look, look, um, and you can't be upset if you're outside of that. If you're over 35 and have already had children, you're in a different category. If you're over 35 and have already had kids, if you know you 40 plus and you written off kids, you may be in a different category. But today we're going to talk about the group of women out there who are you modern women. And modern women, you want more. You want more of everything. More, more, more. You want a man that's 6 foot taller. You want to be making six figures or more. You want him to be good in bed. You want him to get out and go conquer the world, make $300,000 a year, but still be able to go to the parent teacher conference. More, 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 more. And I was having a conversation earlier today. I was like, it's amazing to me that in 2020, you got people who really should not be asking for more, and people who deserve more asking for less. Let me explain something. I want you to go outside and look around, and you can never. It's unnatural for people who are poor or broke to typically weigh more than people with means. This country is a great country because it has allowed many of you women to get out and get an education,
I'm a PhD.
live your life, get your dog, have your girls trips, do whatever you want, and then at the end, when you decide you may want to finally have a relationship, you think you can just decide to slow everything down and throw all caution to the wind, and then you can just run up and get one of my boys. Modern women, you want more. And here's the thing. Your Godfather, I'm all for it. I got no problem with you wanting more. But do you deserve it? Now, for those of you who are in this area, I know man's land. No man's land. No man's land is age 36 through 60. That's when you finally realize, you know what? I'm not really fit I'm not fit to marry, mate, date, or whatever. I'm just trying to make a good deal. That's who I want to talk to tonight. I want to talk to the women who are over 35, who got to this point in life demanding more. But when you gotta admit, you really don't deserve more. And what I mean by deserve is men don't care about your degrees, your money, or even your sex. And when you take those things away, what do you bring to the table, ladies? That's why I was talking about it last night. Overweight equals alone because many of you have allowed yourself to go. Shout out to Red Supreme. He did a video talking about Red Supreme does some pretty good stuff. So shout out to Brother Red. He keeps it real simple and street. Look, you've let yourself go because you thought you were going to be able to leverage that degree and everything else against men, not realizing that we don't want your degrees. We don't want none of that stuff. What we want is feminine, fit, single, and cooperative. And that is the beauty of this show. The beauty of this show is I have highlighted so often what men truly want. Now, the question is, ladies, and it's a very simple question. Do you want to give the men what they want? Are you willing to give the man you want what he wants up front? And sadly, the answer for most of you ladies is no. Sadly, the answer for many modern women today is you don't feel like you should have to do anything. Many modern women feel as though by virtue of the fact that you have an education and a job, that makes you automatically better than a high school graduate who has the temperament to work with a man. And I'm here to tell you that no, ma, it really doesn't. It does not. And you want to know why? How I can say that? Look at your dating life. Look at your dating life right now. We are fully in cuffing season. And if you're over 35, you need to stop calling it cuffing season. I'm working to get the light right behind me. If you're over 35, we need to stop calling it cuffing season. This is pathetic season. This is the season to where many of you are sitting back and you don't even want to go home because you got nobody to bring home. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me look, man, just because you're on the road, that doesn't mean we don't get the likes up. We need to keep the likes up over 50%, or else you know what happens. If we don't keep the likes up, you know what happens. Keep the likes up. If we don't get the likes up over 50%, sucked. This audio had been off that bad. If we don't get the likes up over 50%, you know what happens. Well, at least they gave me a chance to sit back and recalibrate the sound. Ladies, what are you willing to do? Because the more you want, I got news for you. The more you want, the more you're going to have to bring to the table. The more you want, the more you're going to have to bring to the table. And you modern women, you want more. Modern women want more, because, like I said, you feel as though because you have a job, and let's be clear, most of you have jobs. You don't have careers. And this pandemic has shown a lot of you that you really don't have what you thought you had. But here's the real question. It's not so much that you want more. Do you deserve anything? Ladies, what can you honestly say you deserve from a modern man? Because I'm going to tell you the first thing. First and foremost, especially let me go ahead and switch it to all red. Let's get ugly. Understand something. If you want a quote unquote high value man, one of the first things you're going to have to realize is you are not his equal. You are not a high value man's equal. A productive, competitive, successful man, you are not his equal either. And ladies, you are going to have to ask yourself a question. What are you willing to give up front? What are you willing to acknowledge up front? To let the kind of men that you know, the kind of men that you want, let them know that you're different. Because without having a conversation with you, there's nothing that separates you from a bunch of the other women out there that look like a bunch of problems. You don't know what I'm talking about? Let me show you something. Guys, I'm going to look up one more time, and if I see the likes down, we're going to have a problem. Let me show you something now. Let me show you something that happened on the way here. I wonder if she's a PhD. Hey, did we not get that? Let's see what happened here. On the way here, this is something that happened. Check it out. I wonder if she's a PhD. Oh, it's not playing very loud. I can't hear it. Let's do it this way. Look at that. PhD. What are we looking at? What do we see there?
I'm a PhD.
What do we see? Another single woman and her dog. I'm on the way to LA for the week, and I see this single woman walking through the airport with her little dog. And you know what I saw? I saw a woman that was over 40, looking miserable with her husband. But her husband is a canine. How many of you women out there, your relationship skills are limited to canines? This is why the I'm a PhD by a dog is so funny to men, because we can look at you and see that even though you're a modern woman, you are miserable, because this is the extent of your skills. And let me show you what men are doing on the inside today. Now that we have realized that we're not crazy, now that men realize that it doesn't make us bad or toxic or whatever to acknowledge this stuff, you know what men are doing? I can't make this shit. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
I'm a PhD.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta make a clip out of that, man. I got. When I saw it coming down the aisle, I'm like, PhDs in the house.
I'm a PhD.
Oh, you can't make this shit up. I'm saving it. Yeah. Why is that so funny? Because when you're an individual man for the longest, you've been told, oh, you're the problem. Modern men are the problem. Modern men are the problem. It's not the women. It's you modern men. It's because you can't get your shit together. And you know what? Men are doing just fine. Men are doing fine. They would rather do better. But before a man will be willing to accept the same old stuff that we got 20, 30 years ago from you, men would rather be alone. Alone. Now, here's a question, ladies. What are you prepared to do about it? What are you prepared to do about it? Because I think many of you are confused. I think many of you really believe that at any given time, all it takes is, well, you know what? It's not that bad. I can go get me a guy at any given turn. No. You really can't. Ladies, you're a modern woman. That's fine. What are you willing to do to get the kind of man you say you want, modern ladies? Because you women want more, and I'm okay with you wanting more. The question is, what are you prepared to do to get it? What are you prepared to do to get it? What are you prepared to do to get it? What are you prepared to do to get it? For 3-4 weeks every few years. Why not? And if you have an opportunity to live there, why not? Excuse me, are you a PhD? No. But you got a dog. I'm going to hell. I am going to hell. Oh, I'm going to hell, and I'm gonna do that line every night. I'm going to hell. Oh, okay. Okay, why is that so funny? Because you got so many women out here today. You're modern women. You're strong. You're in charge. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Whatever, whatever. I do what I want. I don't need no man. And you're miserable. Ladies, it is time to confess. One of my friends on YouTube, his name Obsidian, he calls me Saint Kevin for his own reasons. But ladies, it's time for you to start confessing. Tonight's a confessional. It's time for you ladies to start coming clean. One, so you can salvage what's left of your life and have something worth living. Not with a dog. Something you can have worth living with a man for the rest of your life. Whatever it is, long-term relationship, some semblance of a marriage, whatever. But modern men are not, N-O-T not going to accept you coming saying, well, I ain't got nothing else to do. Let's kick it. No. Guys would rather be alone. Ladies, you're going to have to learn how to confess, admit, and acknowledge. Let me say something else. And to you black women, let me tell you something. I wrote something and I need you to hear. I need you to hear this. I need you to hear this, and it's in love. I need you to hear this though, ma. Black women, you are more blessed than you acknowledge. Yes, you. Why? You, black women, are more blessed than you acknowledge. Why? Because you have the best men on the planet, especially when it comes to being able to willing to work, cooperate, and deal with a woman. Most men are raised in a patriarchal society, a patriarchal culture, and they don't really care what you think. Black women, you have been blessed by having men who were raised by their mothers and who have the culture and the culture and the society has told them that you should do what you need to do to make this woman happy, but they're not dumb. But the thing is, so many of you have taken for granted the men that you have in front of you. You've treated them poorly. You don't think so? Shout out to Nicole Michelle. She just asked women on her channel 1 or 2 years ago to simply just smile at every black man she saw in a day. Just smile. That's all this sister did. She said, hey, sis, just for one day, smile at every black man you see. And she got crucified. You have taken advantage. You have taken it for granted. And here's the thing. These men are recognizing and say, you don't want us? Fine. We'll stay over here by ourselves, do what we got to do, make ourselves the best version of ourselves. But now the tables have turned. The tables have turned and the clock is caught up with you. And now what is it? You're going to have to acknowledge your blessings. You know one thing you're going to have to acknowledge? Black woman, if you want a high value black woman, if you want a man who's a provider, black woman, if you want a man who's competitive cost to be the boss and give you a higher quality of life with him than you have without him, you're going to have to acknowledge that unless you want to be 50-50 on everything across the board, you're going to have to acknowledge that you are not his equal. You're going to have to go ahead and say, you're number one, I'm number two. Out of your mouth, not just in your actions, out of your mouth. Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you what you're going to have to do, modern women. You want it all, you can't have it all. Especially you older women. If you want a man, especially a man worth a damn, you're going to have to acknowledge this feminist, womanist, we are equals. Nah, that's not me. I'm help me, you're help. Your steak, I'm sides. Your steak, I'm sides. But if that's the case, then you get the protection. You're masculine, I'm feminine. You leader, me follow. Yes, out of your mouth, not one time, all the time. You need a tattoo, tattoo it on your forehead, stamp it in your mouth, wear it like a badge of honor. Yay, he's number one. Yay, you better learn how to. And see, I know a lot of you like, what? This is why you're gonna end up dying alone because you would rather walk around with a funky ass dog and your damn
I'm a
PhD
PhD.
and your pride rather than setting that shit to the side and acknowledging what you've done up until this last 40 years ain't worked. Shout out to Mom Dukes because that's exactly what she did. She put the bullshit down and been married for 23 years. What are you prepared to do? Watched The Untouchables last night. Shout out to the late great Sean Connery. What are you prepared to do? Modern women, you want more, but what are you prepared to do? What are you prepared to do? What are you prepared to do to get the kind of man you say you want? Because here's the thing, what do you deserve? Nothing. You don't deserve a damn thing. You don't deserve anything other than what you got. You deserve what you got. That's it. That's it. You deserve what you got. No one deserves anything.
You're the man now, dog. Punch the keys, for God's sake! Yes! Yes!
Finding Forrester. Yeah, you don't deserve nothing. You don't deserve anything except what you earned yourself. That's your college debt. That's your car. That's your consumer debt. That's your house, your condo, your whatever. That's all you deserve. And guess what? It is near impossible for one person to go from here to the end of life by themselves. That's what so many. Shout out to 2 women that called in from LA last week. 39-year-old waitress, living paycheck to paycheck. 37-year-old actress, massage therapist. Look, one income won't cut it. One income ain't gonna buy you a house and keep you. It'll. One income will do as long as nothing happens. And that's what so many of you modern women, you haven't factored in any kind of calamity, anything, old age, medical conditions, whatever. Modern women want more. You deserve nothing. Modern men deserve nothing either. We get what we deserve. What are you prepared to do? And if you want a man, especially the kind of man that you can admire, respect, walk outside and be like, I got me a man, guess what? He's not going to do a beta male thing. You have blown your youth. And I'm sorry whether you did it on purpose or whether it was just mismarketed to you. Wherever you are is where you are. I'm hearing more and more men over 40 saying, I am not going to tolerate this bad treatment, this crazy treatment from modern women. I'd rather deal with nothing, go alone, or go get me a younger woman, or even go out of the country. And that's fine. Ladies, what would you do if you were men? That's what I ask you, ladies. What would you do if you were a man? What would you do if you were a man? Would you date you? If you were a man, would you date you? If you were a man, would you marry you? If you were a man, would you take everything that he has earned, invested, acquired, and put it on the table like in Vegas and bet on you? Would you? And here's the thing, another thing for you other modern ladies, or even go out of the country. The older you are, the more baggage you have, the more you're going to have to come with a disclaimer. The more you have, the more you're going to have to come with a disclaimer. Got kids? You got kids? Oh, okay. You're going to have to come with that disclaimer off the top. Yeah, I got kids, but my baby daddy dead. My baby daddy, he's dead. He's in jail for life. You're going to have to come. And see, this amount of transparency, this amount of honesty, this amount of acknowledgement, honesty, being upfront, direct, straightforward, and honest is far more, is something that you ladies, most women have never dealt with. So are you able or willing, are you able to even make the change if you wanted to? Okay, let's say you say, Kevin, you sound crazy. You sound crazy. Okay, what's the alternative? What you gonna do? Niecy Nash?
How many of you are going to become bartenders? How many of you ladies are going to become bartenders? Because what's your options? What are the choices, ladies? What are you prepared to do? But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te la ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos malos buenos y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, el mundo quiere dinero. Money work, se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón, porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción, yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work, se arregla con dinero, Money work, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.
Okay, so here's a question. What are you prepared to do? What are you prepared to do to get what it is you say you want? Lena, why'd you disconnect? Come on back in. Who do you think you're talking to? Let me go ahead and help you out. If you think you can just come in super chat and type something just because you want to, you're out of your mind. That's a good way to just waste your money. Good way to waste your money. So, what are you prepared to do? Because many of you ladies, gotta admit, your plans have not worked. Your plans haven't worked. What you're talking about doing hasn't worked. You're upset with the world. Oh, hello. Go ahead. Your first name?
Hello?
Hi, your first name? Say again?
What?
Your first name?
Alessandra.
Say again?
Alessandra.
What do you got for me?
Okay, this is about modern women, actually.
Yes.
Okay. Can I just say something? Maybe it's a little bit of a vent, but can I just say it?
Go ahead.
I feel inappropriate, but so as a white woman, right, as a Caucasian woman, we try to be so careful, but I have commented on,
Girl, if you don't
I'm
quit pausing and start this talk, just go ahead and speak. Go ahead and speak. Come on.
okay, so I'm a part of a few groups, right? These like feminine groups, these these Facebook groups, and there's a lot of I notice a lot of African American women in them, and that's great. But I get kicked out if I comment anything that is like of a negative nature that is to help. To me, it's just in my opinion. My opinion could be BS,
Okay.
But
You can go
what
ahead
do
and
I
say
do?
what's your question for me? How to get along? How to get involved in black spaces?
I mean, how to, even if I know online is very different than in real life, but how to just coincide and just, give my actual opinion. I don't want to lie to any female.
Okay, give your opinion.
Like,
Okay, I'm gonna just call you Alex. Can I do that?
sure,
Give your opinion to who? Men or women?
women. I don't think men need my opinion.
Okay, so if I'm correct, what you're asking is how can you give unsolicited advice to black women?
Yes, or
Okay.
just my
Okay. All right. Is
truth,
that what?
my
Hold
most
on. Hold on. Hold
genuine
on. Hold on. Chill out.
advice.
Chill out. Chill out. Chill out. Rules the same for you. I just want to be clear. What I'm hearing you say is go into groups, which are public groups, and you want to be able to give your input, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here's the thing: unsolicited advice across the board, especially if it can be perceived as negative, is often going to be met with backlash or conflict. That's regardless if you're white or not. You understand?
Oh no,
I get
of course.
backlash. I get backlash telling the truth to black women, and I'm a black man. But in this country, are you from the United States?
Yes.
So in this country, you have to know that that's not going to change, no matter how well intended your advice may be, because there's a cultural component that many black women feel, and they're right, that you really cannot understand. Can you accept that?
Oh no, it is not a burden, but
Can you accept the fact that there's a cultural component that they believe you can't accept or understand?
of course, I will accept
All
any
right.
opinion of another woman.
So, well, if that's the case, and you're coming in giving information in good faith, then I have to ask this of you: Why does it bother you how they receive it?
Oh, it does not bother me. I think more so I question it. I just, is
You
my
quit.
opinion that different? If I put an avatar that was a cartoon, who didn't have a color, would they take it as, different?
Well, then
Would
that's
they
then
have a
that's
different reaction?
well, yeah, and this is why I'm saying this is why I'm telling you that. Look, um, we got to acknowledge race in this country, and there is something to be said for it. And if you're asking if that it will be received differently if you had a picture, an avatar of a black woman versus a white woman, the answer is more likely yes, and you know that. But that's why I'm saying, if you're going to give unsolicited opinions and you're doing it in good faith, then be happy that the information you gave was good. But it sounds as though you want to be accepted, or you want your information to be approved of, as if race did not matter.
Um, I don't think it's about being accepted. I think it's about just I want a perspective. I think it's just asking why. Like, why is
Asking
it
why? Well, give me an example because, truthfully, you're giving me. What do you give me an example of something that happened?
okay? So, for example, there's this photo. This, this girl, she posted in this femininity group or like this like class up group, and it was her, doing this inappropriate pose, like this kind of like, you
Okay.
know, butt out pose.
All right.
She's a little overweight, so it didn't even look appropriate. So it's like it looked a little bit, it just looked inappropriate. It didn't look
Okay.
ladylike, whatever. So I said, and a ton of other girls said it too. That's what sucks. Um, I was like, this looks, I said it may be a longer dress, not so form fitting, cinched at the
Okay.
waist, lower dress. And then the different pose would be, a little bit more appropriate. And I
Okay.
got blocked from the group, whereas and I read a lot of other comments, and I was like, mixed race and, African
All
American,
right.
right?
So what you're telling me? Okay. So if I'm hearing you, you shared an opinion that was seemingly shared by black women in the group, but by you saying
Correct.
something that you perceive to be right in line with what they said, you got immediately blocked.
Yeah, so it's like, why do I say anything at all? Like I should just observe and laugh, right? Like what
Well, I mean,
what
okay.
do us Caucasian women do who want to help out? Like
Well,
when
here's the thing. If you really, I'll answer the question. You go where if you truly want to help out, you go where you can be. Here's the thing. The question automatically becomes, why are you helping here? That's really they wonder why you're there.
no, oh my gosh, I'm not trying to help out. I joined like those groups on Facebook just to join them. I
But
didn't know if it
listen,
was
what
like
I'm saying.
African American
Listen to what I'm
dominant
saying.
or
Listen to what I'm saying. I hear you. But there
right.
are but as a white woman going into a predominantly black group, you're out you have to understand you're in the minority. Why that's the question. That black women are looking at you and saying, "Why are you here?" And have you ever answered why you're there?
No, like
Well, then
I'm
that's a
I check
problem. Then
no, I'm
that's
so
a
sorry.
then you have to understand something. That's a problem.
I
It
checked
doesn't
in.
matter how listen, breathe. It doesn't matter how good your intentions are. You have to answer why you're there because you're looked at with suspicion.
That's so weird. But
It's
I
not
mean,
weird. It's not weird. And see, that's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is a race component and a cultural component that you find weird because you're not black. And I'm telling you, you have to accept it. This is what it is. So, case in point, when I go to the Shanghainese Association, if I don't show up with Master Lee, my Sifu, people are automatically wondering what is this 6'4" black man doing over here with these Shanghainese people who speak Cantonese and you don't speak anything. They look at me as you're an outsider. You don't belong here. And it doesn't matter that I know the customs, understand the culture, or whatever. But when Master Lee shows up and says, he's my seeing my student, it's automatically, oh, okay, we can trust you. They don't trust you. They don't know you. And if you want to be accepted, if you want to give your opinion, that is going to be there.
okay. No, I'm really like not hurt.
Okay. Well,
I was just asking in a very genuine manner, just
well,
because
I think I gave you an answer in a reasonable manner, ma'am. It would be no different than if you or any other white woman were in a black group giving what they considered unsolicited advice. See, here's the thing, Alex. No one you joined voluntarily. No one asked you to join the group, right?
not
Right?
this particular one.
Right. So it would be different if they had asked you to join. Um, did you go to college?
I did.
Did you pledge a sorority?
I did not.
Okay. Um, on my campus, at OU, 70% of the students join some sort of fraternity or sorority. But there's a big difference between a traditionally black fraternity or sorority than a traditionally white fraternity or sorority. If you, as a white woman, went to pledge a black sorority, you would get questions different than as a black woman going to pledge a white sorority. And what I'm telling you is, in this country, you're going to have to, no matter how good your intentions are, you're going to have to familiarize yourself with race if you're going to cross racial lines. Case in point, um, I hang when I'm around white people, um, I often get asked questions that I know that they would not ask the rank and file black person because they're ignorant to our culture. That's just how it is. So I'm gonna get on with the rest of the show. But if your advice is well intended, give the advice and keep it moving. But I would say this: if you really want to press this, you're gonna have to make people feel comfortable, at ease with you, understand why you're there, because honestly, they don't know you, and that's not going to change.
I understand. And
Okay. Last question. I
it's
got to get
fine.
on to the next person. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't have another question.
All right then. Thanks for calling in.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I told you they all over this place. All right. So this second, look, to all the non-black women who watch this program, uh, if you go into a room, a private group of people that of black women, expect to be questioned. And if you just go in and start giving unsolicited opinion and advice, even if it's the same, it's going to be viewed different. And um, if you can't understand that, or if it seems awkward, or that will be something you may need to understand, racial sensitivity or cultural training, because I think it makes perfect sense. You're not supposed to be accepted everywhere you go. Even if the advice is 2 + 2 is 4, it's different. All right. So next, Ivanka, y'all are tripping. I tell you, they in there shooting shots at brothers. Trust me, they're all over the place. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, what's going on, Miss Ani? How do you pronounce your name?
Hi, Kevin. Anissa.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. What do you got for me?
All right. What I
Do you
got
have a dog?
I do not.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, I do not.
All
Okay.
right.
So you asked, what are we willing to do? And in my case, specifically to be with a black man, I'm willing to learn how to be a wife. Like you mentioned, I was raised modern. I was
Mm-hmm.
raised to not know how to cook. I was raised not know how to clean, not knowing how to work with a man and not knowing how to listen to a man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to
Okay.
listen. I'm willing to learn how to cook, willing to learn how to agree and,
How old
let
are
go
you?
of. I'm 22.
22. Okay. Um,
Mhm.
good. What are you doing? So you're willing to do these things. What have you actually started doing?
But I've learned to cook,
Okay.
practice listening,
Are you actually dating somebody right now?
not dating.
When was the last relationship you had?
2 years ago.
All right. So it concerns me when I hear young people who don't date. 2 years ago, that's 10% of your life. All the things you're doing, great. But if you don't date, you guys need to get out and start dating. So why is it that pre-corona you hadn't been out on a date?
So
Because you can't tell me no, can't tell me a man didn't walk up to you and say, hey, how's shorty, I see you, you're a cute woman. You cannot tell me a man did not try to shoot a shot, but you turned him down. Why?
I turned him down.
Yeah, why'd you turn him down?
Dude that
Uh-oh.
came up wasn't attractive.
He wasn't
That's
attracted. It
I
wasn't
wasn't
attracted.
attractive. Yep.
You weren't attracted to him?
Yeah.
Okay. So in 2 years, do you not have a man who you're attracted to approach you?
I have went on a
Okay.
couple dates, but it didn't move forward.
Okay. Well, and okay, so this is what I mean. Dating is like a muscle. You got to practice. You got to go out. You have to get out here and do this because time is ticking. See, we have to learn how to date. In dating, just you go out. Dating is a get to know you. Um, you should go out with as many guys as possible that you're attracted to, because I don't believe in women should go out with a man that she's not sexually attracted to. But you can't wait for Prince Charming to come along. You have to practice, because the more you deal with guys, date guys, the more you'll see what it is works for you, and you have to be able to practice. I mean, you have to be able to have a vibe with the man, because when you ladies don't date, something is a little off about you, and you kind of repel me in that way. But more on that later. I'm good to hear there's some things that you're willing to do, but Ma, you got to get out there and date. Go out with a man. But here's the thing: don't go out with somebody you're not sexually attracted to. Don't just be going out for the free meal. That's not. We don't do that though. Appreciate you calling in.
Thank you.
She's cute. She got dimples and everything. Yeah. Where you at? What state you in?
I'm in California, Long Beach.
Long Beach. Hey, LBC in the house. Y'all better run up on her. When you run up, be nice though. Tell the Godfather sent you. All right
Thank you.
then. Bye bye. Yeah, she's cute. Got a little nice white smile. Uh-oh. Where's my 40-year-old, 35-year-old? There you go, 22 for you. Chantel. I can't hear you. Jonathan says, Kevin, I appreciate you, brother. I'm one of those accomplished black men who's very attracted to black women, but honestly feel like giving up on them. I've listened to you. I've listened to you when I started my day. You touch on many of our struggles. Yeah, sis. Yeah, bro. Look, ladies. I'm gonna just put it right out there. The woman the first caller is not. I'm gonna speak on race, and but there are many non-black women who are in this chat room and in these channels looking for black men. I'm just telling you right there now. Yeah, and here's the thing. I said it again. Many of you are overlooking your blessings that are black men. Shout out to Jonathan. Again, Kevin, my observation is black women seem to not realize other races of women make themselves quite approachable to us. I usually have to force myself to still approach unapproachable black women, but if I'm being honest, it gets tiring. I'm be honest, that's it. Shout out to Nate. Look, man, I'm really trying to figure out how to weave this out here, but sisters, I got to tell you, when I say non-black women are in these spaces looking, I'm not talking about fat, overweight, ugly women. I'm talking about attractive women who make it real easy for brothers to approach them. And I want you to understand that brothers are tired of the rest in B face, you got to be perfect. You're losing your men. I don't know how else to say it. You're more blessed than you're willing to acknowledge. Crystal. Okay, just a second. I got to grab me something to drink real quick. Hold on. Oh my gosh. So we're back for part 2 of oh my god, I'm going to be getting so much hate mail. But anywho, Crystal, you're up next. Chantal, I see you. We're gonna go a little bit longer tonight. Crystal, while I open my fragrance here.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Another musk fragrance, Denisio. What do you got for me?
Yeah, so I have recently been introduced to your content maybe about a month ago by a friend of mine. Okay. And I think I just started to realize that like as a modern woman, I hadn't been considering like anything you were talking about. And so
you hadn't been considering anything?
When I say considering, I think I was thinking of like marriage and partnership as something that would just happen as
Really?
opposed to being strategic.
Okay.
And
How
so
old are
I'm
you?
curious. I'm 23.
Okay. Go ahead.
And so I'm curious as to if you have any advice for women who are just starting to explore your content and these ways of thinking.
Are you in college?
I graduated about a year ago,
Where'd you graduate from?
University of Florida.
University of Florida. Good school. What was your
Thanks.
degree in?
Marketing.
Marketing. Why didn't you go to FAMU or some junior college or DeVry and get a degree in marketing? Why'd you go to University of
I
Florida?
had a full ride.
Okay, but still, if you didn't have a full ride, would you have still gone?
Probably not. I picked UF mostly because of money.
Mm-hmm. So University of Florida is the only college you looked at.
No, I looked at a bunch of other schools.
Mm-hmm.
Duke was my top choice,
Right. Why was Duke your
but
top choice?
it was too expensive.
Why was Duke your top choice?
I thought it was a really nice combination of like traditional and kind of small, but
Yeah,
also
but
a big
marketing is
sports school.
marketing. Marketing is marketing, whether it comes from Duke, Florida. I mean, the information is the same, right?
Yeah.
Right. Wrong. No. You put Duke as your top choice, and the only reason you didn't go to Duke is because it required more to get it. But you have an idea of understanding what value is. The problem is you don't put me. Problem is black women have not been told to put any value on black men. That's why you just hope it's going to happen. When white women go to college, they go to school to get their degree, but they also go to get their MRS degree because they're taught to value their men. You understand value, marketing person, and you know that your degree from Duke has more value than from University of Florida, than from FAMU, than from DeVry, correct?
Mhm.
Right. So start with that from a standpoint of value. Where's your father?
He lives with my mom
Where Where's your father?
at at home. Like he was in my life.
Good. So does your dad help you when it comes down to dating and picking boy and picking men?
No, not really.
Why?
We just never really had like that
Your mom and dad
relationship.
married?
Mhm.
Please answer yes or no. Don't me.
Yes.
How long they been married?
23, 20
Okay,
since 94, 20
okay,
years.
how many siblings do you have?
One. I have a brother.
Does your mother work?
Yes.
Does your father earn more than your mother?
He did until about 40 or so.
Okay. So your father married your mother for 20 plus years, put a roof over your head, and provided an environment to raise you, a sibling, to get you through college, and you don't think he's a good resource? Your dad is where you should
No.
listen. Your dad is where you should be starting. And sadly, so many young people today, and I'm saying all these questions to get you to ask yourself questions. You know what value is. You know relationships have value, but unfortunately, many black women have been taught to think of themselves as independent, not
Yeah.
interdependent. And that's foolish because that breaks you down and gets you fat, depressed, overweight, and burdened. While Becky goes through life interdependent with her husband. But you have a mother and father in a household, and you're not even asking your mother or your father. Yeah, go start with your dad. Your dad's a good resource because apparently
Okay.
he something to. My content is the supplement to what you already have, but I don't know why you young ladies in particular, the black community, you don't want to involve your dad in your business, and actually you do because you don't want to be out
Yeah.
here making mistakes to where you will end up not getting a husband like your mother did. You got
Cool. I think it makes sense.
start with that thing that got 23 years on it. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know why y'all think your dads don't know what the hell they're doing. Well, yeah, I do. That's just how good the marketing is. Then told you that your dad ain't worth shit, even if he's in the house with you. So we're gonna be up next. Who came up next? Empress. No, not that was Chantal. I can't get your Chantal. Chantel. Your microphone isn't there. It's not connected. Empress. How are you? Empress. Hello. Good. What do you got for me?
Um, so I don't know if tonight is the right night to ask this question. But I've been listening to your content for about a month or two now. Unlike the previous caller, I did not grow up with my father. My father actually is incarcerated and has been since I was 3.
Okay.
I'm never married, and marriage was just never even really talked about. And so, this is all new to me. I just turned 23 today. I am overweight. However, I am officially down 50 pounds, and I have about 100 more to lose. And so I'm assuming that I'm gonna have to have a tummy tuck because I'm gonna have loose skin, like it's almost guaranteed. And so I was wondering, how would that affect me, with dating moving forward, in
All
your
right.
opinion?
Let's start here. You're 23. How tall are you?
Mhm. 5'2".
How much did you weigh at your height?
How much you said should I weigh or do I
No, no.
weigh?
How much were you at your highest weight?
Oh, 309 pounds.
Okay. I gotta ask. How did you get to that weight at 23 years old?
So I was the caller that called in about 2 months ago. I have asthma and I've had it since I was a baby, and I've been on prednisone basically my entire life. So I think I had shared with you that I was going on a juice fast, so I'm
Okay.
still on
Okay.
that fast.
Okay. So asthma does not make you. That does not how that. Prednisone does not put that amount of weight on you. It's diet and lack of
Yeah.
exercise, and it's
I
relevant,
agree.
and it matters because it shows a lack of discipline.
I'd agree.
So even if you get, see, what we try to do is we try to start from the external without dealing with the internal. You eating yourself into 3 times your size at 5'2". Should be closer to 115 pounds.
Hmm.
Have you had therapy?
Yes, I'm actually in therapy right now.
How long have you been in therapy?
For about a month now.
Okay, that's
And
not
this is
enough.
my second
That's
time.
not a, and what happened the first time?
So the first time I had something happen when I was younger that required therapy.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me make this clear. Ladies, you don't get to decide when you want to quit and stop and start therapy. You need therapy. You need to stay in it till it works. But, ma'am, you have issues that are going to only be further complicated out here dating. And
Hmm.
I'm sorry to break this to you, but the overt signal from a woman who's 300 some odd pounds at 5'2" is stay away.
Okay.
So even if you go ahead and lose all the weight and get the surgeries and everything else, you must address the underlying condition and get happy and like who you are, because relationships are reflective.
Okay.
Um, but I need to go ahead and disabuse you of this. Stop saying you got this size because of prednisone. Say I got this size because I was overeating and I did not exercise. You gotta own this, ma'am.
That's true. No,
I
that's true.
know, but I've given you multiple times to own it, and you just deflect it.
Well,
And
no, I didn't disagree. As soon as you said it the first time, I agreed.
well, but you said I remember that I was a caller and they called in and told you I had asthma and prednisone. That's deflection.
I know, but that was my initial statement.
Okay,
Whenever you, after
listen,
you corrected me, I agreed.
listen. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right. at the end of the day, you need to plan you need a plan to be happy in life. And many times, women in particular medicate your emotions with food. Um, I think you need to work closely with your therapist and
Mm-hmm.
chart together a healthy life plan for yourself before you start trying to deal with anyone else. Because again, relationships are reflective. So, thank you for calling in, though. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye bye. Yeah, guys. Um, so yeah, medication does not make you fat. Yeah, I've been on prednisone, and I'm like, there's nothing that if prednisone had that effect, it would be taken off the market. Mm-mm. Okay, so Frida comes up first because she turned on the camera. If you guys want to get on, you need to turn on your camera. I need at least who you are quickly. Frida, you can unmute yourself.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
Okay, thanks, Paula. I see you. What you got for me?
Hi, I just have some career advice right now. So I'm 26 years
Whoa,
old.
whoa,
I'm
whoa,
going to
whoa,
be
whoa, 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 whoa. You have career advice or you need career advice?
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I need career advice.
Do you have YouTube going on in the background or something?
No. No.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm 26. I'm about to be 27. So I got my associate's
But
degree
do
at
you have anything on the topic?
Oh, no, sir. I don't. Well, I
Okay.
mean, I guess
Yeah, we can't do that. You have to wait. And if I have time at the end, I'll give you career advice number one. When you have business, do business. That's not cool, young lady. Paula, let me go ahead and slap the shit. Cup think you just come over here. Hey, I know y'all ain't serving breakfast right now, but I need me one of them Chick-fil-A biscuits. You got one career advice, book a session and pay for it. What do you got, Paula?
I'm trying to start my video.
No, that's okay. Go ahead. I saw it.
Okay. I've been watching you for about a month and a half now. And well, thank you for accepting me, first of all. And I have begun to see things from your male perspective that I never really thought about before. And I'm a little older. I'm 54.
Okay. So we're about the same.
And I've never been married. However, I always had the desire to get married. I mean, even from a young girl.
Okay.
But I didn't have good examples on how to pick a potential mate. So here I am, 54, still single. I am seeing a 60-year-old man who's also never been married. So after I got a certain age and I began to think about what type of man I wanted to be with, in my mind, I wanted an older man with adult children or no children because I'm beyond childbearing.
Okay. Do you have any children?
I have one adult son. He lives in another state raising his family. He's married.
What's the longest relationship you've ever had?
I've had 2 long-term relationships of 5 years and 4 years.
How long ago was your last one?
2006. That was the 4-year relationship.
But it ended in 2006?
Yes.
Okay, so you've been out almost 15 years.
Yes, and I haven't had a serious relationship since.
So I have to ask this question then. Okay.
Okay.
At 54 years old, what's your end of life strategy as far as mate selection?
Well, the type of man that I will want is not necessarily high value because I have already concluded I'm not high value.
No, what I'm asking you is this. At 54,
okay.
We only have another 10, 20, 30 years. What's the end of life? See, we have, you need to come up with this whole list and high value now at 54, that who do you want to finish your rest of your life with? Because my aunt died alone. I have
Right.
another aunt that's on the way to dying alone, and I'm starting to see more and more women die alone. You have a son, there are no more children, but my mother did something that they didn't do. She actually decided what kind of man she wanted to be with for the rest of her life and has been with it for 23 years. She won't die alone. This is what I need all the older women to understand, because
Yes.
you guys have to think about it and then make yourself available to men who could possibly pick you. Because
Well,
we're at
I'm
the age now to
currently
where we're at the age now to where we're talking about hospital visits, doctor visits. You know, the sexy parts of relationships are gone. There's somebody to put your teeth in and go get your medicine.
that's true. And I think about that all the time. I'm getting older.
Well, how long you been dating the one guy
I
you've been
am
dating?
1 year,
Okay, and what does he want to do?
and I haven't discussed that with him. I'm afraid to even bring it up
I asked him, what does he
because
want to do? Do you not know?
I don't know. I won't
Oh,
bring the subject up with him.
well,
So
why?
I can't really say what he wants to do. I know he
Okay,
has
let me
told me
stop
how
you right
much
there.
he likes it.
Let me stop you
Okay.
right there. Hold on. Why won't you bring up the subject with it?
To be honest,
Yeah.
because I'm afraid that if he doesn't want the same thing I want, then I won't have many options left. So
What do you want though?
I would like to get married, even
Okay.
at 54.
All right. Well, let me just be Paula. That ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
But there has to be okay, and this is what I mean. You're in a relationship with somebody. You're afraid to ask questions. That cannot be a good situation. Fear is never a good place to come from. What you need to really ask yourself is what's important and what are you willing to do to get it. Maybe it's not marriage. Maybe it's a. You guys need to have a conversation. If he's the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, maybe it's not a marriage, but you need to figure out what you want, because if he doesn't want what you want, you don't want to wait till you're 58.
Exactly. And I have been saying to myself, it's time to bring it up.
Yep, it
And
is.
I know. And I need to. And I
Well,
probably will. I
well,
won't wait too much longer
don't
to
probably make sure it happens. Don't
okay.
wait. All right, bye bye.
I will do it. All right.
Bye bye. Hey, Chantel, how are you?
I am good.
What you got for me?
Oh, let me actually
Girl,
turn
you
my
got
back.
all my YouTube stuff going on in the background.
I do.
Uh, well, I don't know what's wrong with y'all, man. Let me go ahead and
I
give you.
do. It's only because I actually have you like on my TV, so I like to see.
I know you got your robe on over there watching my sexy ass. I know. Enjoy yourself, girl.
Hi.
Enjoy. Oh, it's so funny because it's funny. What you got for me?
Well, I'm not over 35. I'm
Okay.
28, and I actually was referred to your channel by my older brother, and I.
Mhm.
But I do like your content. You actually taught me how to reflect a lot on myself.
Okay.
I do plan to be married. I was once engaged when I was 22. And,
Okay.
unfortunately that didn't work out. We kind of went off and on for a couple of years. So there's some regret to, of course, the amount of years that I gave that person.
So what
But,
is it? What is it? What question do you need me to answer or resolve?
um, it's not really more of a question. I think that you helped me to reflect on the things I need to work on.
Okay.
Honestly.
You're 28.
Yes, I'm 28.
Any children?
No, I don't have any children.
Okay. You want to be married? Okay. How
Of
many kids would
course,
you
I
like to
want to
have?
have
Any
my children in wedlock.
Okay. How many kids would you like to have?
1, 2, as a compromise.
Don't have one. Either have two or none.
All right,
I'm,
2.
I'm an
2
only
is
child.
fine.
Don't do that to anybody. I'm just saying, don't do that to me.
Really?
Yes, that sucks.
Okay, because I'm the
Horrible.
oldest and I have 4 brothers. So I
Only,
guess since
oh,
I'm the
oh,
only
all right,
girl,
all right,
it's
all right.
been
Listen. No. Only child sucks. What's the longest relationship
okay.
you've ever had?
That would be my ex-fiance. So that would have been 2 years.
And how long ago did that end?
That ended in 2016, but we were on and off. We were trying to figure it out. And
So
it was
you
one of
were,
those things where I got it.
hold on. I need you to listen. You were on and off for 2 years?
No, we were together for 2 years, but we've been on and off for the extra remaining years, which is my, it's
Okay,
my fault. I have
I
to
need
take
you to breathe. I need you to
responsibility.
breathe. I need you to breathe because this is going to be important.
Yeah, of course.
Um, you talk a lot, and
Okay.
and what I'm trying to get you to understand is when you're dealing with, okay, you
hmm
seem like a nice woman, but if you had a 2 year relationship with a guy that didn't work and it was off and on, that's fine. That's fine. But
hmm
let's get on down the path. You want to have children.
Yes.
What state do you live in?
Right now, I'm currently in Seattle, but I'm thinking about moving back to New York City, where I'm from.
Okay. See, what did
hmm
I just ask you?
Where I'm from.
That's not what I
Well,
asked you.
where I am. Sorry,
What question specifically did I ask you?
where I'm right now living at.
That's not what I
Mhm.
asked you. What question did I specifically ask you?
Where am I?
Okay. See, this is
hmm
a problem. This is a problem.
hmm
Lack of respect when listening to somebody. I asked you what state you're in. You didn't pay any attention to what I was asking. You just went on and started talking about what you wanted to talk about, or you heard what you wanted to hear. That's going to cause you problems in relationships with men of value.
Understand.
Active listening. And one of the things that black women you do more than anything else is you disrespectful to black men in our communication. It's not your intent, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention so it's something you can be aware of and possibly work on it. Okay. So
Mm,
you're in Washington State, specifically
yeah.
Seattle, but thinking about moving back to New York. Okay.
hmm
Um, did you go to college?
Yes, I did.
All right. Um, after you're married, would you like to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant?
No.
All right. And if you're talking about moving in New York City,
Well, Seattle is a little too gray for me,
I
honestly, with
uh,
the
I
weather.
just asked, are you talking about moving back to New York City?
It's I know I want to move. It's a thought. So I'm still debating right now on what I want to do. All my family is there. I'm here by myself.
Are you thinking? You said Seattle going back to New York City. Did I hear that correctly?
Possibly. It's a thought, Mr. Samuels. It's a thought.
Okay.
I'm still
Okay.
feeling.
All right.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to get. Goddamn. Just trying to get baseline information. This
Okay.
all. So regardless, in Seattle or New York City, you still talk about a man who's going to have to make around. In Seattle, he's going to need to make around $300,000 a year for two
hmm
kids. In New York, you're talking about around 354.
Understand.
All right. Have you ever dated a man who earned that kind of money?
No, I have not.
All right. Do you know what kind of a man who's making that kind of money legally?
mhm.
What kind of careers?
Under-
What kind of the careers or jobs or things that a man who can earn that kind of money legally? What are some of the professions? Just give me
I'm
some.
thinking, of course, in the medical field, a person that could be a successful entrepreneur,
Okay, in the medical field specifically.
possible doctor, mm, yeah, I would say a doctor or yeah, doctor, surgeon, person that would be able to make that type of money. As I said, a successful entrepreneur, a person that's in the tech field. Seattle is good for the tech companies. So someone that's really good, that's really tech savvy could really work well here. And yeah, overall, That's basically what I would say here. I know Seattle is really good for
All
the
right. Okay. All right. So basically, what you're telling me is you don't really know much. Okay. A doctor, very broad. I'm looking for specificity because what you ladies don't tend to do
Mm-hmm.
is put pen to paper and figure out what the likelihood of a man having the kind of profession to make the kind of money to support the kind of lifestyle you're talking about.
Yeah.
You talk in terms of dreams. So, and the question is, ma'am, what
Mm-hmm.
a man who makes that kind of money, a physician, yes, a surgeon, an attorney, someone in high finance, tech, no, tech does not making $300,000 in Seattle.
Okay.
You making so if you don't know what you're looking for, it's going to be what you okay. So you guys need to put pen to paper.
Mm-hmm.
And the ultimate question is if you found a man or if a man was making that kind of income, what is he going to want from a woman, his
Well,
wife?
he's going to want someone that's supportive, someone that can speak life into his dreams, someone who is not combative, someone that's patient, submissive. That is, of course, beautiful, at least to, his taste.
Okay.
Who's fit and healthy.
So how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
Dress size.
I am a size 6.
Okay. Um, before anything else, men at that level need women who are cooperative and
Mm-hmm.
flexible because they are the foundation.
Yeah.
They move because, and what I'm trying to get you to understand is if they're busy all day working, um, they're busy all day working, making decisions, making moves. I don't know how how well you would probably communicate with somebody. Communication is a good thing for you ladies to start understanding. What these men who are higher value, higher earner men need from women are completely different than what you're used to dating. So when I'm asking you some basic questions, it seems like I'm kind of frustrating you by asking for specificity.
Oh no, I'm just a little bit shy.
That's okay, but that's okay. But see, the thing is, you can be shy, but man, we, in order to find a man on that level, he has to. Before you can get all the cooperative, submissive, and all that stuff, you got to be in a relationship for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And a man has to be drawn to you from things that are already inside of you that reflect outside. So, you know, let me just put this out here, ma'am. 72% of mothers in this country have to work full or part time. You ladies are gonna have to give
Yes.
this notion up about not working. Y'all are gonna be working. That's just
Understand.
unlike the reality. But I got to get on to somebody else. If you want to hold on, I can bring you back in a little bit. Okay, Carmel. Carmel, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. What do you got for me?
I'm calling from England, so excuse
Of
my
course you are.
um so I think I know what my problem is, two things, but I wanted to get your advice because maybe that's not what it is.
Okay.
Like the first thing, when men approach me and they see me, they usually think I'm a lot younger than my age, and I don't know, presume I have a completely different life. So then when I tell them, sometimes it's quite of a shock. And I think the other side, a lot of the guys, I think because of that as well, that tend to approach me are much younger than me. And I don't,
Okay.
they will say date someone that's older than you. So I always say no, but then that's who approaches me. So,
What's the question?
like when you speak to other women, you might say, okay, maybe it's your attitude or maybe it's other things. Do you kind of think that's what it is, or do you think there's other things that I might need to work on?
I'm still not understanding the question I'm trying to help you with. And you
Okay,
lady,
so for example, I have 2 children.
that's your
So,
problem right there.
yeah,
I
check
don't
out
know. I
logic.
don't know. We didn't even go past that, but go ahead. I knew there was
So
something. I knew there was
people,
something.
so then people, I don't know, when they see me, I don't know, they just presume that I can't have children, or I wouldn't have children. So, but there's nothing I could really do about that.
No.
I was
How old are your
I was
children?
married
How
for
old are your
10.
children?
They're 8 and 12.
Where's their father?
We were married for 12 years and we got
Did you have
divorced
the
2 years
did,
ago.
did you have the children in the context of marriage?
Yeah, I had my children after I got married, a year
Okay, so
after.
you're a single mother. All right.
Yeah.
So, how old are you?
I'm 33.
8 and 12. And you guys got divorced for what reason?
I don't really want to say because I think it would be a bit disrespectful to him, but there were issues that we couldn't really work out.
Okay. Well, and you've been divorced for how long?
But last year, August.
Oh, Jesus. So you're fresh. You're just out of it about a year.
Yeah.
All right. And what do you? Well, here's the thing about dating a divorcee with children. You know, is the father still alive?
Pardon?
Is the father still alive?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. So most people don't want to deal with women with children, because if you guys had a problematic marriage, that means you'd have a problematic child's father to deal with. I'm just being very real, especially a man who has options. I've been a stepfather and I've dated a woman with kids. It's a horrible deal. I would never do it again.
Aw.
Well, I'm sorry, but your children are number one.
Yeah.
Right. So if I said, hey, let's go to LA this week, you'd have to tell me what?
I'll say, yeah, they're going. Well, I'll say your
Right.
country's on quarantine, but then if I could,
What? You say what?
I'll say your country's on quarantine, but if I could go out, it's possible to get sitters. But I don't know. People would say, don't waste the pretty, don't wait until you're older. So I'm 33 now, so
But
I
it's
don't
not
want to wait.
it's
But
not
then,
it's not wasting it. So see, that's bullshit. It's not wasting the pretty. I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna hurt. And to somebody that says I'm not knowledgeable about tech, I'm telling you, you don't make $300,000 a year in tech. So check your ego, dude. It's not an average income for somebody in tech. Some of you tech weirdos get your little panties in a bunch. All right, don't waste the pretty, ma'am. You've been married and you have children, right?
yes.
All right. Due respect, ma'am. You already won. It didn't work, but it's not a waste. What you're trying to do is your marriage didn't work for whatever reasons, and you would like to continue on, but you can't. You have a broken marriage and children. You're not the woman you were before you got married. Two people have come out of you. And you got a third, and you got an ex out there floating around who doesn't sound like a healthy person. Why would a man who has options want to deal with that when he can get a woman like you were years ago? What would you pick? Would you pick you, your kids, and your situation, or would you pick a woman that was like you before you got married and kids? What would you pick? What would you tell
Yeah.
your
Well,
son to pick? What would you tell your
the
son to pick?
latter. Yeah,
Huh?
the latter. The latter.
Exactly. So this is why I'm not a big fan of, even if it, it's going to be difficult dating, and dating can happen, but marriage, not a likely possibility.
Yeah,
Not
because I don't
likely.
really have a problem getting dates, but like I
Of
say, the
course, of
guys
course you not have a
are.
problem getting dates because you're a single mother. You accept you. Hey, she's having sex. She has kids.
No, I
Great.
don't.
You don't?
I don't usually tell people I have children, to be honest, until I get to know them because it's not really their business.
But you're not having sex?
No, I haven't had sex for 3 years, and that was with my husband when we were married.
Okay, so how long would I have to wait to have sex with you if I dated you?
I haven't thought that far.
Well,
I
that's the
haven't. There's
problem.
not like I've put
But see, I need you to
because I
listen.
haven't dated since I was.
Listen. That's a problem now. If I asked you out, see, that's off. I asked you out on a date and you're like, well, I don't know how long yeah, shit, I want to know. I'm being for real. I want to know how long I would have to. Dating equals sex in a man's mind, okay? So you're saying I haven't thought that far, which is basically doesn't really sound like, ma'am, you really cut out for dating right now. You really don't. And I'm really just trying to be as honest as I can. Sex is gonna come up. And if you come and if you tell
Well,
a
it
man,
has.
if you tell a man like myself, hey, Karma Warzone, hey, let's go out. Oh yeah, let's go out. And I take you out, that means I want to have sex with you. And I'm not expecting a divorcee with 2 kids to be sitting around playing games. And it sounds like a game.
Well, it sounds like a game because I can't give a specific date of
It sounds
when.
like a game because you haven't had sex in 3 years and you'd have
Yeah,
no
because I'm
idea
not
how to even
gonna.
have.
I've been dating, but I'm not gonna just sleep with someone if I've gone on 2
Well,
dates with. So I don't prolong
exactly.
it if I
See,
don't
that's
get
the
to
thing. I
know.
ask you how long. See, now you're getting specific because you're triggered. But I asked you to begin with, and you act like you didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
I don't have a specific time that I could say, but
Exactly.
it wouldn't be
It,
like within a month or
stay
nothing
on the
like that. It
bench.
wouldn't be like.
Stay on the bench. Ain't nobody playing fucking games with you, ma'am. Stay on the bench. I'm being real honest because see, when I first asked you the question, it was like, I don't know, sir. I have not dated in 3 years, and da 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 da. But now that you're triggered, it's well, I'm not going to do it after 2 dates. Well, then how many dates would it take, ma'am? That's what this is. That's what modern dating is.
Okay.
And if you're not ready for that, stay on the bench.
Okay. Thank you for your advice.
Yeah, I told you. I mean, I don't see you ladies out there think it's a goddamn game. See, this is what happens when you get these. This is what happens when a woman is a mother. I don't know. Well, you think I'm going to wait for you to figure out the combination lock to your vagina that ain't been used to 36 plus months? That 2 people then came out of, and this broke dude that couldn't, this busted dude that couldn't keep his wife. You think I'm going to sit around and wait for that? You think I'm going to sit around and don't waste the pretty? You're cute. Average at best. And you women walk around acting like you have leverage and things that ain't going on. That's why I check a lot of you single mothers to bring you back down to reality. No, you're used goods. Like I said, whoa, you are 2 children and relationship deep. You were over there, and I'm sorry that your marriage didn't work. I really am, but that ain't our responsibility out here. You best figure out what it is you plan on doing, what you want out of things, because men are not playing fucking games with you. You're a grown goddamn woman. You're not a little girl. You're somebody's mother. Grow the French toast up and step into this dating game like it's blood sport, because it French toast is. Hello? First name. What do you got for me?
Hi, so I am, sorry for whispering. I'm 24 years old. I've been married for 4 years. My husband, he's African.
Okay.
He's, when we met, he was, uh, I'm sorry, he was 30. And of course, I grew up with my mom. She was married twice. She got divorced. She's still single. She's like 54, 55, I believe. And I grew up and I was like, I don't want to be that age, single, kids, nobody to take care of me. So I had to basically unlearn everything she taught me from my husband, before he even became my husband.
Okay.
And since he's African, his cultures are completely different.
Do you have a
But
just so I know, ma'am, do you have a question for me?
no, I'm just trying to
Oh.
give advice to the other women who are like,
Oh, okay.
don't want to be submissive or,
All right.
don't like that type of lifestyle.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll speed it up. So anyways, basically he basically just taught me the role of a man and a woman. And first I didn't like it, but over time I started to like it. And
You have any
now
children?
that I know how to play the role, yeah, we just had a baby. He's 9 months old.
Congratulations. Where's hubby?
I'm sorry, say that again.
So where's your husband? Is he there?
Yeah, he's sleeping, but I like to watch your
Okay.
channel.
Well, congratulations, ma'am. Glad that you've actually got yourself together, got your man, a child, and a relationship and a life. And maybe your mom can learn from you. Children can often teach their parents.
Correct.
Thank you, ma'am. I got to get on to some other calls, though. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right, you still got me on camera. You need to turn YouTube off in the background.
Am I on camera?
No, what do you got?
Hi. Yeah, so I think you're right. That I definitely do have to work on listening more. And yeah, I just wanted to just thank you for your content and just I'm growing from it. So
Look, it's not easy. It's not. Here's the hard thing. Black women, women in general, black women in particular, rarely get any kind of pushback or uncomfortable truths. You're told that you're queens. There's nothing wrong. You're strong. This, and then somebody like myself comes along and says, you could be better." It's like, what? But the reality is that it's possible to have a relationship and everything that you say you want, but it's going to require you ladies putting in effort. And see, black men can see you guys putting in effort when it's time to go to work, go to college, to get things you want out of life. But we rarely see you guys work when it comes to interacting with us. So um, I would say therapy is always a good thing. Just
of
basically,
course.
and then dating is really what it's going to take. The last time you dated was when?
I dated before the pandemic and actually during it, I was seeing an older gentleman.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and yeah,
getting clear
that
about
person
what you
taught me a lot.
well, getting clear about what you want, and learning how to communicate. See, there's a lot about relationships that we didn't learn. You guys will learn to you can't trust us. You better depend on yourself. And in
Well,
our culture, maybe not you specifically, but in our culture.
yeah, like I mean, my mom, I can say, she was a tough cookie, and I have a great relationship with my father. So they separated when I was young, so I was taught by both of them, thankfully. And yeah, there's some things that I'm undoing that was taught to me by my mom specifically.
Well, and you're 28?
Yes, I'm 28.
So you'd like to be married by what age?
I would like to be married now. Okay. Honestly, but I am aware that there are some things that I need to work on within myself, and I think that when you are aware of
well, what I just asked you is, you like to be married by now, but what age would you like to be married by? So you still didn't. Okay, but now you can't be. So you got to still answer the question.
Okay, sir. Well, Mr. Samuels, I would like to be married at least by 30.
All right. So that and the reason is, ma'am, I asked you a question. I get it. You like to be married now, but ma'am, what I'm hearing is you're not really ready to be married. You're ready for a ceremony, but you're not ready to be a wife.
I can accept that.
So you're saying you will be a wife by age 30.
I believe that if a woman really wants something and she wants to work on herself, yes.
I said you're saying you'll be a wife by 30.
I
Okay,
am hoping so with the proper work. Like, I think
okay.
self
Well, then
acknowledgement is
listen to this. Listen. Okay. What is
Mhm.
a wife's? What is a? Are you a Christian?
I am a Christian, yes.
What is a woman's purpose on the planet?
Is to be there for her husband, to be supportive, to,
Nope.
help
Nope.
uplift him,
Nope. Nope. Nope.
rib.
Nope. To be a helpmeet.
Yes.
Okay, not to be supportive, to be a helpmeet.
Mhm.
Okay, if you're a Christian
Mhm.
and you understand what's required, the Bible's a good place to start if you're a Christian. What is required of a wife? Okay, and you have to learn to. A lot of you guys quote this: "He will find the wife, find the good thing, and obtain a favor with the Lord." But you have to be a wife first. So between the age of 28 and 30, if you're saying you would like to be married, that means you're going to actively do the work to become a wife between that age. You got a lot of work to do.
I'm
So,
willing to do the work.
so in order before you can do the work, you have to identify what needs to be done, and before you can identify
Yeah.
what needs to be done, you got to reverse engineer. So, what I'm hearing from you is a woman who would like to be married, but not
Mhm.
understanding what a wife is. A woman
Well,
who
for starters, oh, I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, for starters, you told me I need to listen more, so that's something I'll add on to my list.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course, there's some things that I know I have to work on. I'm not
Um,
perfect.
what what relationship in what relationship have you ever had any experience in cooperating with a man?
My last one,
And that was the one that was over when?
that was the one that I was talking to in March and during the summertime.
Okay, you guys were together how long?
Just for those few months, unfortunately.
And you guys were in an official relationship?
Yes.
Monogamous, only seeing one
Yes.
another.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
how many months was that?
From March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, about 6 months.
Okay. All right. And was he in the same city you're in?
Yes.
Okay,
hmm
what's the longest relationship you had before that?
Longest relationship before that would have been, yes, with my ex fiance.
And that was when?
That was the 2 years that had ended in 2016. That was on and off.
Okay. All right. So who ended this 6 month relationship?
I did because I felt that the person had unfinished business with their ex wife, and I didn't want to create more damage for myself emotionally. And I felt that was a smart move for me to make.
So you were seeing somebody
hmm
for 6 months and you ended it
Yes.
because you felt he had unfinished business. What do you mean?
Well, I seen messages that he was still kind of telling his ex-wife that he loved her. So I kind of felt like it wasn't the right time or it wasn't safe for me to be in that type of environment. I didn't want to create damage for myself.
Okay.
I didn't feel it was
He was saying
healthy.
that he loved her or he
Yeah.
had love for her or that he was in love with her.
More like I love you. Like the communication kind of didn't stop and they didn't have children. So I kind of felt it was a red flag, honestly.
But what I need you to understand, man, let's
Mm-hmm.
just take it
Yes.
at you relationships are reflective. You drew a broken person to yourself.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
So, and it was over in August. We're in
Yes.
November. So
Yes.
there's a lot of work that needs to be done. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm hearing. A lot of work. And I
I
think 30. I think 30 is an aggressive target, man. Because
mm-hmm.
see, to be a wife, like you're talking about, you have to have a history of cooperating with the man, getting on board with the man, and even in the conversation we've had, it's been difficult. It's been difficult me just having a simple back and forth conversation with you when there's no emotion and no sex on the table because I'm clear. I'm clear and I'm clear and I know what I want. You are not. And I would tell you, when you run into a man who's ready for what he wants to,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to bounce. You're not going to jive with him. You're going to be offbeat.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm telling you is we speed up by slowing down. Anytime I ask you specifically something, you go into this, well, to be honest, and this, and it's just a word salad. And it's
Mm-hmm.
really because you don't know yet. You're not there yet. I
You know,
understand
you're
why you
right.
may I know why you may want to get there. That's fine. But it may not work by 30. And like you said, you want to be married now. You be divorced in a year. Unless
Okay.
you marry unless you, what do you do for a living?
I am in the medical field as well.
What is the problem with telling your job title?
Well, I am a patient care technician here in Seattle.
Okay. All right. Um, whatever the reason is, ma'am, you don't
Mhm.
like to be you don't really when I ask you questions about you like, there's only there's a guardedness to you, and that's fine.
Understand.
Um,
Mhm.
but it's very telling. Therapy will be good.
Okay.
Therapy, because you may find that you know um, what you want right now will likely, if it's the same after you're clear,
Mhm.
but oftentimes it's not. Which is why you draw broken while you're still broken. When you're in process, you draw people in process. But you know, the wedding and all that, the being married and all that, that sounds good. But if you can't keep it, it doesn't matter. And you said you had a fiance. He presented you a ring.
Yes.
You dropped to one knee in public and proposed to you.
Yes.
And you guys ended that because
Um, well, you want me to be honest?
no, no, I want you to freaking lie to me because I got nothing else to.
No, I'm
What the fuck
sorry.
is? I got,
Well, Mr. Samuels, I was 22 and that person was 34. They have 4 kids. I had 0.
okay,
And
but you accepted the proposal.
yes, I did.
Why'd you end it?
And I ended it. Well, actually,
Just get to the
it was
point.
more okay. I didn't feel like they appreciated the fact that I had moved to a different state for them.
You moved to a different state for your fiance,
Yes.
and you ended your engagement because you didn't feel like he appreciated that you moved.
Well, no. Their ex-wife was still involved, and they were a year or two fresh from their divorce. So, yeah, I just didn't feel like that
No,
was.
no, no, ma'am. I just asked you why you ended your engagement, and you've told me two different
Yeah,
things.
that was. Yes, that was why their ex-wife was very heavily into our relationship, and we got into an argument, and they kind of just basically kind of gave me the whole, if you want to move back, you can, and maybe if I want to work things out,
Okay,
you know.
let me stop you right here. Let me stop you right
Mhm. Of course.
here. All right. You said he had how many
Hmm.
kids?
He had 4.
Okay. Yeah, you need to put full brakes on our relationships.
Understand. I take responsibility for my mistakes.
I'm not trying to. What I need you to just put full brakes on them because you are spinning. And the thing is, I asked you. You said you were together with this person for 2 years. You're not a baby.
Yes. No.
No, ma'am. Please don't do that. When someone's talking, don't just have to yes, no. It cuts off conversation. Okay, I don't need you to,
Hmm.
amen me when I'm speaking. What I'm saying is ultimately, you're engaged. You met this person, boyfriend or girlfriend. You said he proposed to you, and you're saying that ultimately you broke it off because one, you said you don't feel like he appreciated that you moved. But then the next thing out of your mouth was, well, his wife was still involved in this and that and back and forth and got 4 kids. Too much going on. And then fast forward to this last relationship. Yeah, So I said, you're not going to be able to keep what you gain. Slow it all down. Stop all relationships. Get into therapy and get clear. Because this has been a trying conversation because you're speaking emotionally. But the thing is, you cannot keep what you get.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that's common about all your relationships is you. And that's something that we all have to address. Okay?
You're
all
right.
Thanks a lot.
I agree. Thank you for talking to me. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye. All right. It's late, y'all. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh-wee. Keep on talking to me. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. That was about to go real bad, real fast. All right, so in LA for the week, Godfather's hungry. I had to grab me a little something to eat, but we had to get back on track to do the show. Oh my God. While we're here, we're going to be going live an hour later. So normally it was 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. At best, we're going to go at 8 o'clock because I don't want to go 7 o'clock here. But hey, it is what it is. Thank you guys for showing up. I'm loving LA, but New York City is winning right now. New York City is much more my kind of place. You know, I figured it was going to be like this, but I wasn't 100% sure. But you never know. But I will say right now, there's some beautiful women in this town. So tomorrow night, maybe I'll go to the park. I was walking and I was like, wait a minute. I went to Ocean Prime the other day. I like Ocean Prime, but right around the corner is Mastro's. I love that steak. Mastro's bone-in ribeye is life. Oh, I'm drooling just thinking about it. Oh. So anyway, all right, show is over. Fragrance Dionicio from Beverly Hills Perfumery. Shout out to Alan over at Beverly Hills Perfumery. Good stuff. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, ladies' night, we're gonna have another show, guys. You know, I know some of the guys have been asking us, well, I want to hear the men's point of view. We'll figure out how we're gonna get this done. But at the end of the day, here's what it comes down to, ladies. The reason many of you are not in relationships is not because men are not out there; it's because you're not ready for them. Do you want to be married or do you want to be a wife? Do you want a boyfriend or at what point are you going to get tired of going through 6 months, 1 month, 1 month, 3 months, 6 month, year, 1 month, 3 months, 6 month, year? How many times are you going to do this before you sit down and say, you know what? It's time to do the work. Stop running or finding cheaters. I'm telling you. The inability to pair bond and actually hook up with somebody for long term is something that you ladies are going to have to deal with. Now, also, we got to talk about this whole interracial thing because it's starting to be there. More and more non-black women are calling into the show, in the chat room. They are over here fluttering around all these black men. And I'm going to tell you, if nobody else will tell you, I will say it. I'm saying it again. Sisters, you're more blessed than you acknowledge. Don't waste it. All right, I got to get up out of here because I'm tired. I'm hungry. Your Godfather's around. But as usual, guys, until the next time, peace. We are gone.
I'm a PhD.
She's a PhD.
It's not hard to fool me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah.
In the danger zone.
Danger zone. I follow. No need to say. No. Where we are heading now, baby.
You know one thing I have not not seen in LA yet. I've not seen this yet. I'm going to hell.
So tell your good lies, 'cause I'm fine no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'm fine no matter what. Susceptible now before the moment flies. It's not a problem, no, 'cause I know what I'm getting into.
Are we having fun?
And nothing can stop me.
Photo shoot coming up.
'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'm fine no matter what. Yeah,
I gotta go.
susceptible now
Take it easy,
before the
everybody.